Thanks, Amit. I don't think I went live on April 8th, I think. That was the date it went live. Today I'm going to talk about the participatory governance and urban infrastructure. So that's the basic theme. I'll just take it from where Jajit left. He talked about participatory governance in the case of improving urban infrastructure. The basic infrastructure life cycle is budgeting. In budgeting, you allocate funds to the work which you plan to do. You track execution and get feedback on the work which has already been done. I've deliberately taken out the award of work from here right now because it seems to be a very controversial topic in media these days. The elements of good governance. There are a lot of ingredients for good governance. Three fundamental things which I'm going to touch upon are transparency and accountability, participatory governance, and data-driven decision making. And technology is an enabler for ensuring that these key ingredients are part of the good governance. We'll start with participatory budgeting. That's when we identify the works and find out where the funds need to be allocated. Participatory budgeting, the way it's defined, it's a democratic deliberation and decision-making process in which the people decide how to allocate municipal budget. We work basically on the municipalities area, so I'm going to focus mainly on the way budgets are allocated or how the decision-making process happens in the case of municipalities. So what happens is you have ward committees as mandated by 73rd Amendment of the Constitution. These ward committees identify spending priorities. They develop specific spending project proposals with the help of experts to figure out estimate what's a priority. Then community votes on what kind of works which needs to be picked up. And then the municipality or the city implements those works. This is the kind of where the technology angle which I'm coming from. This is a participatory planning part of it. It's assuming that you live in ward number 83, for example. And ward number 83, you don't know what the kind of works which are happening, so you have a map over here in which you say that these are the kind of works which are being suggested as of now. Widening of MG Road is costing 10 lakhs, cost of stormwater drain is going to be 3 lakhs. And footpath construction is going to be 4 lakhs. So as a citizen, you know what are the kind of works which are happening in your specific ward. And then you participate as a citizen, as a responsible citizen, and what kind of works which you actually would like to, the ward to be undertaken by the municipality. In this case, widening of MG Road, I can actually vote a yes or a no. I can say whether I as an individual think this particular work is actually important for the work to be carried out. And based on this voting pattern, we now know what exactly the citizens want. It is not something which the municipality decides upfront. I think that the city's citizens need this particular kind of work. I feel that this is what citizens need. This is basically based on what citizens actually say they want. Then it's execution angle. You go through tendering procurement platforms. A lot of work has been done in this area across the country. It's really good work. You do contractor selection based on performance, based on feedback based on citizens. You have contractor ratings because you have given works to the contractors in the past. You have data along how the contractor has performed in the past. And then you can actually give the information back real time to the citizens saying that how was the work being performed right now, how much work has been completed, what's the schedule variance, what's the cost variance on the product itself. I'll come back to this slide right now. This is a real-time information execution. Let's assuming that we picked up widening of MG Road as a work which we picked up. We say that this particular work has been awarded to Acme Constructions. The percentage of work which has been completed 60%. The plan date of completion is August 20th, 2011. The cost incurred till now is 7 lakhs. Budget cost is 10 lakhs. And you can actually also go in detail and figure out what the other works are being carried by this contractor. Now, when I'm selecting a contractor, I have historical data of what exactly the different kind of work which a particular contractor has been given in the past. This slide probably shows that there are about 4 works which this particular construction company has done. This is the date of completion. This is the schedule variance, 9%, and the one in the bracket in red color indicates what's the average of schedule variance across projects in the municipal governance space for this particular kind of work. For example, for road widening projects, across all the projects which are done by the municipality, there's a normal schedule variance of 5%, a cost variance of 7%. This particular contractor, Acme Constructions, has done badly. He's done about 9% of schedule variance and 9% of cost variance. And the amount of work which he has done, there will be a lot of complaints on that. Typical aggregate average for the across municipality is 5, and for this particular contractor it is 10. So this means that this particular contractor is not doing a really good work in the areas of widening of roadworks. Similarly, we can actually take a different work by work categorization of these breakups and figure out how a particular contractor is performing in a particular area. Once the work is complete, you can actually have a grievance redressal system and take feedback from the citizens. This is a way, again, we use the same platform, a GIS platform on which you can actually take a citizen feedback. I click on the same road. I know this particular road is being clicked on because this is the work which he's working on. The complaint type is potholes on roads, and after the first rains, huge potholes have appeared on the road, causing accident and traffic jams. I can actually give a feedback on this. Now since I have an asset ID, I know that this particular road is being worked on. I can now correlate it back to the work, back to the contractor. The entire system works seamlessly over there. And I can actually figure out what are the other list of other complaints which have been figured out on this particular road. I can list of works which have been carried out in this road in the past. So I have a complete history of the entire transactions which happened on this road. Now what will happen is citizens know you are enabling the citizen to take cognizance of the fact of whatever actions have been happening on a particular road, what's the kind of funding which is spent on a particular road. For example, the place where I live in, there's a particular road which gets relayed after every two years. I don't know whether it's a need for that or not, but people don't remember that 2 years back the road has been relayed. What's the kind of funds which have been expended on particular roads and all that. So now the citizens can be actually empowered to take a decision based on the data which is available on the system. The key message which I want to leave around over here is we can actually improve urban infrastructure by first finding out the needs of the municipality or needs of the citizens by asking them, not assuming what they want. We assess their needs, we allocate the funds accordingly, and get feedback on the words, what has already been performed. This improves the quality of infrastructure. It creates a positive virtuous cycle in which when I get involved in decision-making process, I think it's my decision. When the work is performed, I actually ensure that I get involved in the work, I find out what's the feedback on the work, and then I pay my taxes. I ensure that the taxes get routed back to my ward, and then this whole positive virtuous cycle of citizen participation kicks in. Technology is a key enabler. I just showed you internet. The same thing will be effectively done on a mobile as well. I think that's it. Thank you.